Hey guys, welcome to Performance Toyota. It's Hillary, and today is going to be a great day because I'm actually going to be selling Toyota as how it should be, as the #1 brand to this Lexus manager.
We'll see about that.
So the RAV4 is 100% the #1 vehicle in the world, as well as obviously the Toyota lineup, just saying. So that already should be a sell point as it is when it comes to the RAV4.
So even though the RAV4 is the top seller, as Hillary said, the reason we have the NX here today is because they're kind of cousins to each other, although maybe one of them's a bit more expensive. And maybe in this video, we'll find out if it's worth that extra money. So Hillary, show me a little bit about this RAV4 that you have here, which I think is the limited package.
So this one is the limited package, which is great. Now with that being said, the RAV4, just to kind of compare, first and foremost is just that front end, like nice and aggressive looking, nice and wide. And of course, when it comes to that front grille, you get like that gunmetal gray, which looks really nice on the blueprint blue.
I was gonna ask what the color was.
Yeah.
So this is blueprint blue. It looks kind of dark, but it does have a lot of blue to it.
And as soon as like the light even hits it even just a little bit, it's nice and sparkly. So again, when it comes to the dark colors, a lot of people don't like, because why? You see all the dirt on it.
Okay,
so
makes sense. I do like that you said sparkly and not metallic, which my color over here is also blue and sparkly. So this is the ultrasonic blue mica, Hillary.
Okay.
And do you wanna know why this color is so famous?
Please tell me.
On the Lexus LFA. You might have heard of this car.
Of course.
It wasn't the best seller, but because it was very limited. No
Fair
pun
enough.
intended for the package you brought today. And it also
Okay,
has
I
some
like that.
sparkly to it. It's a little bit brighter than your blue though.
Yes, absolutely.
So, to each their own when it comes to blue cars. I didn't purposely wear a blue suit. I didn't know we were gonna have too much blue going on today. But anyway, go on, show me some more.
So when it comes to that, and I do honestly 100%, that is nice. Now, when it comes to that though, I like your blue and I like the black, but with the gray and the blueprint, I find just kind of matches now with the black front as well as the gray on the bottom, especially with the front end. Now, when it came to the old RAV4s, it was smaller looking, whereas the newer generation is now just a lot more wider. Now, because it's wider, the car itself is also bigger. Now, with that, you get more space, more comfortability, and of course, your fog lights that you end up getting on this package as well, which is really nice.
It does look bigger than the NX. It does look bigger. I think it's because I'm so used to seeing this on like the Tacoma and the trucks now.
Yeah, that's true.
The RAV4 has gotten more masculine for sure.
It definitely
The NX
has.
still looks sporty. This is the F Sport grille. And it does have, instead of chrome, it's like more of that piano black. So it's a little bit more blacked out. It is a little bit harder to keep clean, but when it's shiny, it looks really, really good. And I do have some gray on that body kit as well.
Oh, just like here, yeah.
And actually, when you look at them side by side, I think they're very close in height for that bottom. Maybe the NX is just a little bit lower.
I was gonna say, yeah, the RAV4 is definitely a little bit higher, so especially if you like to get in and out easier, I'm just saying, that definitely helps.
But if you want something sportier, you're gonna go with the NX F Sport in that sense.
Now keep in mind, it is harder to clean is what he said, just saying.
But
so
I
this
said when
is
it looks
definitely
good. Also, on the front of mine, I do have a front-facing camera, which I noticed yours
We do
has
as well, absolutely.
Now,
Bird's eye view camera as well with your RAV4, so that is something that you also get on the limited package, as well as your 360-degree sensors, which definitely helps, especially nowadays, because you never know.
Let's talk about daytime running lights. So on the Lexus, we have a frosted daytime running light above the headlight, and the headlight is a triple beam LED setup. What is yours?
So this one is gonna go more so like daytime running lights as well, but then you do also end up getting like that secondary light on the top, which I actually find I kind of like a lot better than that. Not even, my own opinion.
I think we're both gonna be biased in this video.
It just seems a little bit brighter on this side. That's the only thing I will say.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But do you have headlight washers? I have headlight washers.
I do not.
Right? And in Canada, we have a lot of salt on the roads in the
This is
wintertime, a lot of dirt and dust, and sometimes that can create diffused light instead of directed light, and that's why we still have those washers.
Wow, okay. That I will say
Point
is
for
nice.
Lexus. Okay, Hillary, but let me show you the side profile of the NX350. So in the S4 package, we have this blacked out wheel. It is a 19-inch, as well as the painted fender flares above it. And of course, because it's an S-Sport, we have an S-Sport badge. In terms of other blacked out areas, so we have the mirror caps themselves are blacked out. It's got dark chrome over both windows and sort of wrapping them around. It's like that smoked out look, which is super classy. And I know I have something you don't have.
Okay.
Electronic door handles.
So with the electronic door handles, 100% that's amazing. But with the keyless entry that you do get on the RAV4 regardless, especially when it comes to the key fob just being there, your hand is literally right there and then you can open it, right?
So it's a door handle.
So it is a door handle that I find a lot of people still love traditionally.
I will say, it doesn't break. A door handle can't
Right?
break. Yes,
Exactly.
I get it, 100%.
I think I still like the whole traditional door handle, and I do 100% the blue matching, but when it comes to the RAV itself, right, you do end up getting the matte black trim. So if anything does end up happening, you don't have to worry about the paint.
It does seem rugged.
Right here,
There is
right?
something rugged about that plastic. Like
And that's where
on a
reliability
stone
comes
road,
into
yes,
to
that's
effect.
reliability. It does seem like that would be more rugged for like going down a stone road or something like that.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about it. And if anything too, again, I love this color, do not make me wrong, but because I love it so much, I'm worried that something's gonna scratch this. Whereas this, I'm okay with.
Okay.
I can do that.
What size of wheel do you have there?
So this one is a 19 as well. So
Okay.
that is definitely something that we're both in the same running with. Again, more when it comes to the newer RAV4, it's gonna be taller, it is gonna be longer, and the fact that it's wider. Now, even just kind of comparing, me personally, I like my space. I love this, but it does seem a little bit small in my opinion. Having all that comfortability and all that space to be able to just put stuff, or even on a long road trip.
It does seem more squared off. So when we're standing beside the 2, which is rare, it definitely looks bigger. Like the RAV looks a little bit taller, the doors look bigger, it looks more squared off. Where with the Lexus, it does sort of seem like we went more for style over
Comfortability? Yes.
Maybe that's it. But for me, I don't necessarily need the size. I would rather have a little bit more style. And actually, when you see them side by side, it's almost like the NX is a bit more coupe-like. It's almost like a four-door coupe, right?
Fair enough.
Which makes sense because the NX first was designed on the IS platform.
Yes.
A lot of people think that the RAV4 and the NX have the same platform, which they kind of do now. It's probably the most similar they've been. But originally it was on the 2-door.
Okay.
And that's why even the body lines are a little bit more coupe-like, where we see them flare up
I even
and then
see like that back window too, right?
Yes,
yeah.
the window on the door is really small and starts to taper off quite quickly. And it gives it that coupe look. When I look at yours and I'm like, wow, this actually reminds me of like a truck. Like it actually has like that bigger space, and even the door
it has
itself
more
is
like
bigger.
that SUV look, right, and everything. Now, again, all the black trims that you get on the actual body line as well, and then again over here. So you have that reliability, again, just in case of anything. But if you want more of an SUV type, this is more so what I feel like we're gonna get into.
Now, I hate to say this, but let's look at the trunks, where I think you're gonna beat me again.
I just say Toyota, number one. We all know this, my RAV4 fans, we all know how much we can fit into these trunks. All right, so it's coming around to the vehicle. First and foremost, it comes to the back, right? So the first thing that you're gonna see is, of course, the taillights. Now, the taillights, on the other hand, is nice, rugged, and it looks absolutely amazing. That matches the back end of this vehicle. So what you're gonna see, of course, you have your rear spoiler, which I know you have, but you have the nice third brake light at the back as well, and of course your rear window wiper and your gray nice and trim that also matches on the bottom as well. So that's definitely one thing that I think just works really, really well with this RAV4.
I do notice you have dual exhaust too. You can actually see them, where a lot of cars like the NX are hiding them. Yes, to future-proof it a little bit. But let me show you the back of the NX. So at the back, we do have these really gorgeous taillights, which are the LED style. I like how they're separated. And then we have the one that goes from left to right above the LEXUS emblem. And it's kind of cool that we saw a rebranding with the Lexus emblem on the back to be a little different than previous generations. You know what we don't know yet?
What's that?
Is which would win in a race when we open the trunks.
Toyota,
There's only one way to do it.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
We'll count down from 3, 2, 1, go. You're gonna go on go.
Okay.
Not 1. Okay?
Are you sure?
3, 2, 1, go. For everybody.
Wow.
I think the Lexus won, although yours definitely opens up higher.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You can definitely tell. Yeah.
Speed-wise, 100%, but higher, which is nice because again, especially when we're out and we're going shopping or anything like that, the height is definitely really good. When it comes to the trunk, accessory-wise, especially with the limited package, you do end up getting your tonneau cover, cargo net, and as well as the cargo liner. So you literally get all the essentials when it comes to this specific package. You need anything that you can just either hide a little bit depending on what's going on, the cargo net if you go grocery shopping or anything like that, pop bottles that I know you absolutely love.
Yes.
You can just put them right in there.
It's bread that I talk about. But you do also, I noticed a JBL subwoofer in the trunk.
And JBL speaker system is absolutely amazing. Now with the RAV4, you do end up getting, I believe it is 9 speakers inside this one, which is absolutely amazing. And of course the JBL product is superior to none. We all know that for sure.
I don't know, Mark Levinson is pretty great. And we'll talk about that later. But it does really seem wide, and I like how it doesn't taper a ton, so there is some height there.
And especially with all of this, and of course, now I know with a lot of the hybrids and everything, you're gonna have no more of that.
There is a tire. There's a tire there.
There is a tire.
That's important.
In the RAV4, so it is still old school tire, which is amazing. And of course, you do end up having your summer tires in there as well.
And I like that you have the cargo mat in there too.
Yes,
I don't have a cargo mat in mine, but I should because I always make a mess of the trunk.
So again, it comes with your RAV4. You don't have to pay extra for it,
wow,
which is amazing.
Let me show you other stuff though.
Okay, tell me.
In the back of the NX, it does look a lot smaller than the RAV when parked side by side. There's nothing to debate about that. Also, we're standing on a ledge, so it does seem like it's not high enough for me, but it definitely is. So in the back of the NX, I have something you don't have. And that's a medic kit. Because every Lexus comes with a little medic kit. So inside there's like, scissors and bandages and pretty much all of your health and safety gear, even some tweezers, which come in handy on a road trip if you ever need those.
Okay.
So those Velcro just to the side here.
Other than that,
cool. Even the mats are trimmed in red because the interior of this NX is red, and the mats say that it's an F Sport NX instead of just the regular NX. Do you have grocery hooks?
Grocery hooks?
So grocery hooks are on either side of the trunk, and that way you can put your grocery bags. You might have them, but I don't know.
I was gonna say, I don't believe so, to be completely honest with you, but we do end up getting just kind of like a cubby hole that's on the side just to be able to put anything in.
What about power folding rear seats?
Power folding rear seats?
Yes, I have power folding rear seats in mine.
I have power in my muscles. They can just fold right down.
They can fold down, okay. So the Lexus, less space in the trunk.
Yes.
Couple more amenities.
Yes.
A little bit more space underneath because there's no spare tire.
Correct.
Which is okay. Okay, let's get inside these cars and see what's going on there. Okay, so we're inside the RAV4 Limited.
Yep.
Show me what I'm looking at here, Hillary. What are the things I need to know before we go on a test drive?
So first and foremost, power seat. So make sure you're comfortable.
Power seats, okay.
So you can go up, down. You also have lumbar support.
I'm gonna adjust it because we are very different of where we like our seats, obviously. Power steering wheel telescoping or no?
No.
I already knew that. I did that. That was a trap. That was a trap and you fell into it. Okay, so we're gonna adjust that. Ooh, the steering wheel's heated. I have the heated steering wheel on already.
Okay, perfect.
Which is important in Canada and in the US.
Oh, absolutely, especially with these very, very cold winters.
Okay,
nice
what
and
else?
warm. All right, so other thing is, so make sure that your mirrors are all set up. Now with that, the mirrors are gonna be right on that side. So left, right, and then just all that, and then just kind of adjust. Cool. And then mirror on this one, it is still manual adjustment, so you kind of manually do that.
I saw it's power.
But, yes.
Or, sorry, not power. Digital.
Digital,
it's a digital mirror.
Exactly,
okay, that's
exactly.
Good.
So you do have that as well. When you're driving, anything, however you like. Now you do have the navigation system as well on this one, so you have that already.
Wireless CarPlay.
Wireless Apple CarPlay.
And Android Auto.
Correct. So you have all that as well. Temperature-wise, however you like it. So you have the duo.
I do love, I will say this.
Yeah.
The rubber grip on the climate control is gangster. I love that.
Nice.
It makes me feel like I'm in a more rugged truck, and it's really soft. It's a soft rubber.
Exactly. And it's nice because then you can at least feel what temperature you're going to as well, right? So when you start turning it,
because it's got clicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have your auto sync.
I'm already too warm. Okay.
I like the warmth.
And actually, the volume has the same And it's like a tread pattern on the knob.
Which is nice.
Cool.
And it goes with everything inside the interior as well.
What mode should we drive it in? Just normal?
I actually like it in normal. It does give you, of course, your eco and your sport mode. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, sport mode is my #1 favorite, but you know, considering it's however you want to drive, and it shows you right
I just put
there.
it, okay, so this is huge.
Yes.
I just put it in mud and sand mode, and the animation that it played was amazing. That's really cool.
That's
okay. Awesome. Good job, Toyota. That is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it back to normal.
Okay.
And we're gonna do normal. We're not gonna do eco.
Okay.
We're not gonna do snow mode. We're gonna maybe do sport later
probably
on.
sport a little bit.
Yes.
Just kind of feel that.
And the shifter does seem pretty solid. Oh, heated and cooled front.
Heated and cooled seats.
I didn't even realize that they were perforated. That's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do heated. I do like that all the buttons are actual buttons. Like I'm pressing in stuff. Sometimes we forget how important the simple things are.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
And there is grip on the door when I shut it. I noticed that. That's cool.
Nice and comfortable, you get all that, right?
Yes.
You also get your traction control here, just so you know, in case of anything. And the other thing too that's nice is that as soon as you are in, and especially if you have anything, you know, of course we always have something in our hands, cup holders are here, and then you get storage right here, which is nice.
Okay, so let's take it for a test drive.
Yes, absolutely, go for it.
Putting it
Let's
into
have
drive.
some fun.
We're gonna let these people pull out in front of us. We're on the Niagara Parkway today, and it is a beautiful day.
Which means a lot of traffic.
There's a lot of traffic. Okay.
There you go.
All right. There is some vision lines on the hood, which I like. So far, so smooth. Get it?
So far, so smooth.
So far, so smooth. I do hear the engine a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind hearing the engine a little bit. That's totally fine.
And that pickup when you did and everything, it's responsive,
I'm gonna try the sport mode now too.
There you go.
And the animation for the sport mode's cool.
I love the sport mode,
Okay, it didn't search for a gear or anything. That's nice.
Nice and smooth,
That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go a little faster. You know what? Not bad, Hillary. This is not bad. And also, I will say, the digital gauge cluster is very sharp. I worked for Toyota a number of years ago, and the RAV4 did not have that gauge cluster.
I was gonna say, this is definitely new now in the new generation, and it's not too much, but just enough, right?
Yes.
That it goes really well.
The screen's placed well. It kind of does remind me of the Lexus. It's up in the center, but easy to reach. There's no mouse pads or anything like that, which is fine. I should have brought my sunglasses. Now we're like into the sun. But that's okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine, Hillary.
Yeah. Now, if you do end up going a little bit in the lane, remember you get all your safety features.
I was gonna ask, what safety features do we have?
So now, if you go in a little bit out of the lane, it does give you your lane assist. So it does kind of nudge you a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
It does. Yeah, it does nudge you a little bit, which is nice. You do get your blind spot monitor, so the indications on the mirror as well. And then if you're ever getting too close to another vehicle, it does do the auto braking, but it does beep at you first, depending on how close you are.
So if we're on the highway and I veer out of my lane, does it vibrate or does it yell at me?
You can do either or.
So you can do vibrate?
You can do vibrate,
Okay.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You can actually adjust that in the settings. It'll let you do either both or one or the other.
Okay, that's cool. I like it.
So this one is a 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder gas model. But yes, this is what the RAV4s are now.
Okay. All of them all-wheel drive, or all the limiteds?
I was gonna say, actually, when it comes to the RAV4, this generation, they are now all standard all-wheel drive. So no more front-wheel drive, all is all-wheel drive, which is nice, especially us living here in Canada, right?
Okay, so, I get that. Yeah. I noticed something though.
Yes.
I don't see a panoramic sunroof.
No, so you do get a sunroof, which is still very nice, but no, none of the RAV4s unfortunately have the panoramic sunroof. I know there's probably a couple people that actually do like it. I know I sort of do like it, so let's see what Toyota comes up with next year.
Okay. Handling-wise, it feels planted.
Okay.
Yes, I do think on that roundabout, it feels planted. This is a good driving car, Hillary. I cannot say anything bad. Oh, digital mirror I have on.
Yes.
I do like that. The Lexus has that as well.
Okay.
Some people hate it because it can make you motion sick if you're not expecting it.
And if you're not used to it. But of course, with that, you can just turn it right off just with a simple switch, and then you're back to just your regular mirror.
How do the auto high beams work? Is it just like it turns on and off the high beams?
As soon as it turns on, and it actually does indicate another car that's incoming, it'll turn off.
Okay.
And then once there's no more, then it'll turn back on, which is very, very nice, especially in those very, very dark nights. And now that you're driving it, #1 vehicle.
I'm impressed with how spacious it is. Like, even on the exterior, the interior, like, it is a lot bigger than I remember.
Right? Yeah.
And I like that about it. I think that's cool. I think it's very useful. I think even the fit and finishes, I mean, there's no one's expecting marble trim floors and stuff.
No.
It's practical, it seems, and
still very modern, right?
100%.
Still updated, still
100%.
even just that touch of luxury, which is very nice.
yeah, many different drive modes, which I didn't play with a whole lot on this drive. That could be another video.
Yeah, absolutely.
But overall pretty good, Hillary. Is there anything else I need to know about this RAV4 before you try to close me on buying one?
Actually, what I didn't ask is how are you sitting? Like,
I'm a tall guy.
I was gonna say,
I'm
yeah,
a tall
because you
guy.
are a tall guy.
And it feels fine.
Yeah?
I feel totally fine.
You
in
still have
here.
like headspace,
Yeah, I
you
have
don't feel
headspace.
like you're claustrophobic at
No,
all,
it's-
anything like that.
It's good. It's a
Yeah?
good car. Yeah,
See?
it's a good
Exactly.
car. It's the type of car that would appeal to so many people, I feel
Yeah.
like. So a family could make this work.
100%.
Right? A single dude that likes to surf and ride motorcycles and has a really cute golden doodle,
Right?
like your
Absolutely.
buddy
And
Dustin
you
Mason
have-
here,
I was gonna say,
this could work for.
And he can go right in the back seat. You have
100%.
tons of room for
Yes,
him.
100%.
And leather seats, all you have to do is just kind of wipe it off and you're good.
He's been spoiled though because my dog Oliver has been used to the panel roof.
Oh, fair
So
enough.
I don't know if he's gonna be okay with this, but
But she can open up all the way, so it's fine.
I
You
guess
still
so,
get some,
yeah.
you
I
still
guess
get
so.
some air in there, so
that's
it's good.
totally true. Okay, we're gonna take it just on a little bit of off-road here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it dirty. It's
You know
gonna
what?
get dirty.
It's okay. It's okay. Because I'm gonna dirty up the Lexus too. So it's fine.
Okay, decent.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
it's
see how
pretty
the-
solid.
See how the bumps are and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Kind of a bit of a rocky road that we're on right now.
I would say it's a bright road too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost too bad that we couldn't have tried this in the snow because I would have liked that. The blinker sounds different than I expected.
It's not as loud.
It sounds mechanical. It doesn't sound
okay.
digital. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's not a thing people would ever get mad at, I think. Okay, Hillary, let's park this car.
Perfect. Now
What we'll
quickly,
do-
what's your favorite thing about it so far?
Okay, so my favorite thing, honestly, the space is really great. The fit and finish is good. The buttons are good. I have
Backup
many.
camera? Did you see the backup camera?
I did, but that's so standard now. I'm just so used to that. I think overall, there's a lot of
Yeah.
good things about this car. Really good job.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Now for the Lexus.
Yes.
Okay, Hillary.
Okay.
Now you're in the lap of luxury.
Can I just say, first and foremost, holy.
It's good. It's good.
This is definitely a lot, but it's interesting, but it's nice though.
So it's like a little cockpit. You will notice
Okay.
everything is facing you.
Yes.
We have a lot of buttons that I'm not going to go over because they're just expected. Things like, you know, the bird's eye view, all
Yeah,
that
of course,
stuff.
of course.
Massive screen here. Once you set it up, it's not as intimidating as it looks.
Okay.
And all the climate controls are digital. And that's why I noticed in the RAV, actual buttons is nice sometimes because I'm
Yeah.
used to like
This?
the iPad. Yes, exactly.
Okay, and this is just, oh, and you hear that
Yeah.
too. Okay.
And then there's like your climate.
You
and
know,
stuff.
at least you still have like that grip, which is nice too.
Yeah, there's some
Okay.
grip to it.
Yeah,
The steering wheel's perforated, so it's easier to grip. There's a
I
little bit
do
of grip
like that
there.
actually, because I think on the RAV4 it's more like stripes, right? Where this one is, yeah.
A grippy
Yeah,
steering wheel.
exactly. Okay. Paddle shifters
Paddle
right here, of
shifters.
course, which is nice.
We have our
and
drive
then-
modes here.
Okay.
So it's Eco, Normal, Custom, Sport, and
Oh,
Sport Plus.
okay.
Do you want to know the difference between Sport and Sport Plus?
Please tell me what's the difference.
Sport Plus actually tunes the suspension.
Oh, really?
So we have fully
Okay.
adaptive suspension in this car.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
So before we go for a drive,
Okay.
let's put our sunglasses on.
Perfect. All
we
right,
go.
let's do this.
So the shifter is going to be a little different than what you're used to.
Yes.
You're going to go over and up.
Oh, so it's like, guys, it's like the Prius, literally.
Or the
exactly.
Lexus LC500.
Or there's that too, but I'm just saying our Prius has it too. Just
okay.
saying, okay.
I'll give you that.
All right, let's
Over
do
and
this.
back. That's drive.
No,
Over and up. There you
up
go.
goes into reverse. All
There you go.
right, we got it. Okay. The full 360 camera, of course.
Yes, bird's eye
and
view,
then
full
down.
360. And we're good to go.
All right, nice and smooth already.
Of course.
Perfect, 100%. Of course, it's a Lexus.
That's
you,
right.
You would think so. You know what? She's responsive. Like
Yeah.
I'm barely touching my foot on the gas pedal, and she can go a little bit, which is
So,
nice.
what you feel there
Yes.
is a 2.4 liter turbocharged engine, the same one that is in the RX 350. So the bigger brother or sister or
Okay.
cousin, whatever you want to say it,
Yeah.
to this
absolutely.
car. So the NX350 has that engine in it and that power plant.
Okay.
So tons of get up and go. To the point that I can't even get you to experience it in full on this
I was gonna say,
slow speed road.
Oh,
But
and
it's
even
torquey.
going in, yeah, I was about to say, going in sport mode here just a little bit just to kind of see how that, and yeah, wow, that's like even me barely touching it.
It's good.
It can, yeah.
It can go.
This thing can go, and I mean, when I say responsive, is like instant.
Yeah, the torque.
So,
that turbo
yeah.
gives you that torque.
Absolutely.
And that's a big difference between the RAV, is they don't share the powertrain for these ones.
Yeah, let me just go back into...
Just push the middle if you want normal.
There we go.
There you go.
Back to normal.
Pretty good, I guess, too, because that turbocharger, the
I
the
was
engine
gonna say,
doesn't
with
have
the
to work too
turbo,
hard.
that was actually gonna be a question of mine, because I know a lot of people tend to be like, well, turbos and everything, but I know a lot of the vehicles, even the Toyota lineup, starting to go into turbos, right? Like the Highlander.
Yeah.
So even though it's a turbo, gas efficient wise, not bad.
Also, the handling. So I know we're going through some turns and we'll have
Mm-hmm.
some bigger turns coming up. Since it's like similar to that IS platform,
Okay.
it really does hug the road. So I don't know if you can feel that or not.
Yeah, actually, yeah, honestly, I do. I definitely do feel that. Now, this is literally my first time even hopping
That's
into
exciting.
one.
That's
so
exciting.
I'm like, everything that I am showing here, guys, this is like my absolute first time. So this is nice. I will say this for sure, especially if you would really like that sporty feel, because again, F-Sport, right?
Yes,
so
the F-Sport.
Sporty feel is definitely here for sure. The head-up display, I will say, I do kind of like. Of course, it's something I'm not really used to, but you know what? No, that is pretty
And
nice.
all
though.
the F-Sport packages have that standard now,
Oh, okay.
which is sweet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And at nighttime, when you're driving on the highway,
Mm.
you don't have to look down. You can just look up above your hood and you'll see your speed.
Yeah, that's, you know what? I do like that for sure.
And did you look up?
I saw the panoramic sunroof.
Have a panel roof.
Oh my god. You know what? That is one thing I will say. Toyota, please put in a RAV4. Now, I will say, like, especially with myself, and I do love my sportier cars, of course.
Yes.
But you know what? The technology, even though your first time, yes, I will say first time, it is a lot to take in. But I feel like the moment that you got used to, like me already, just a few minutes of doing this, already starting to get used to how it is and how it performs, automatically you'll probably be very, like, totally fine. Even getting on this, like, rocky, like, road over here,
It's tight, right?
she's, you know what, she's stable, she's solid, she's not, like, moving around so much, which is nice. Because there are some vehicles where you feel the wiggle, right?
And I think that's part of the adaptive suspension.
Yeah. Yeah, even that's nice and smooth for sure.
I do feel, going from the RAV4 into the NX, it definitely feels smaller in here, now that I think about it, but it's like, not in a bad way. It's kind of like sportier, right? Like the interior feels sporty, the bolsters on the seats are a little bigger because they're...
I would say, I do
the
like the
Mark
fact
Levinson.
that I'm hugged in here, even though
Yeah,
that,
you're not, like, we're bouncing around right now, you're not moving at all.
no,
Like, you're
absolutely
planted.
not,
So that's
no,
cool.
which is very nice, because then I'm not like going all over the place.
You actually fit this car very well, I think.
Yeah.
Especially with a leather jacket.
Oh,
Sporty
of course,
car.
right? All right, guys, so that is it. That is literally the comparison between your Lexus and your Toyota. And of course, thank you, Dustin, so much. And we all know he's gonna end up buying a Toyota, obviously.
I don't know about that.
Thank you so much, guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment to this video. My name is Hillary, and even if you can please comment saying, Dustin, subscribe to Toyota channel, please. Thanks, guys.